Hey everybody, and welcome to yet another Nola Nerd Podcast video movie review. This one is about The Campaign, the recently released comedy featuring Will Ferrell, Zach Galifianackis, Jason Sudeikis, and probably
Dylan McDermott.
Which, I gotta say though, we already knew those three from all the previews, but I don't think John Lithgow, Dan Aykroyd, or Dylan McDermott were showing anything.
Yeah.
No. I mean, there was a great, just bit cast. They didn't have main parts,
Even
but they
a
just were
small part with John Goodman.
A great small part with John Goodman. I'm Matthew.
I'm Chris.
I'm Scott.
And we're the Nola Nerds, for the most part. Nerds. Anyway, Campaign. Go.
West Side.
Stop. Really? Really?
Okay, Will Ferrell, in pretty much all of his movies, didn't really have a good supporting person with him, I thought.
You mean his other movies?
In other movies. Like, John C. Reilly did okay in some movies, but Zach Galifianakis, I think, was better for Will Ferrell.
See, I came to an important realization in the days thinking about this movie. I really hate Zach Galifianakis.
Really?
I really do.
Why?
He kills every movie I've seen him in.
Really?
Yes. It drives me nuts in The Hangover. Due Date is unwatchable now because of him. And this movie,
What about what was it? Out Cold?
Yeah, Out Cold.
Out Cold was great in that.
Not seen Out Cold.
Oh,
dude, really?
But in this movie, I mean, he's good, but I just don't like him. I just physically don't like him.
Oh, he is physically unattractive.
It's not even from attractiveness. I just don't like.
But Will Ferrell is attractive.
It's not about attractiveness.
It is for Chris.
I know.
It's about the fact that I don't like his shtick. I don't like his characters.
Well, he was a different character than most of them in this one.
It doesn't matter. I don't like him.
Whereas Will Ferrell was basically playing as George Bush.
Yeah. Which is fine. I could watch that.
Minus the accent.
Yeah. I could watch that.
I mean, he was there a little bit,
but I just don't like Zach Galifianakis.
Okay. Well, the basic premise of the movie is, due to a scandal involving yet another mistress, Will Ferrell is no longer his character is no longer primed to win his district anymore. So the shadowy businessmen pulling the strings behind the political campaign decide to bring a new up-and-comer that they can control, and that enters Zach Galifianakis' marginally
goody,
really
kind of
gay, but not because he has a family. But that's the joke they're going for.
Yeah.
That he was different from his.
And that's basically it. The two of them are pitted against each other, and political satire is born.
Yep.
So you're not a fan of Zach Galifianakis?
Oh God, no.
Okay. So nothing he did in the movie was funny to you?
There were a little bit, but as a whole.
All right. I guess I have to agree. I'm trying to think of funny things Zach Galifianakis did, but I think it was the things that happened around him that were funnier.
Yeah.
The first moment that we all laughed out loud, a lot, was in the beginning when he's at the table asking his family if there's any secrets that they've kept from him. That was hilarious.
And I feel like that they just kind of went on with that way too long. They were just trying to one up each other.
Oh, I love that. That's the best part. They just kept going.
But I wanted more for some reason.
He's quintessentially the straight man in this. All the funny stuff that Will Ferrell does or Will Ferrell says, when he's trying to make Will Ferrell say the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. He was designed to be oddly enough, the more intelligent of the two.
Yeah.
Who had a deep love for the city, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Jason Sudeikis.
Really? I liked him in Horrible Bosses.
I thought he was pretty good in this.
I thought he was okay.
He's starting to grow on me the more things I see.
The problem with Jason Sudeikis' character in this was he just didn't have much to do.
No.
Because he was playing the straight man to Will Ferrell when there were already other characters playing the straight man to both of them.
Yeah. He was the one saying, I think that's a terrible idea, to Will Ferrell's awesome campaign videos.
Oh, that was great. The campaign propaganda?
Yes.
And that's the thing. One good thing we have to say about this movie is there were a lot of funny parts in the trailer, but there was a lot of funny parts not shown in the trailer. And that's really what makes or breaks a comedy for me.
Right. I think this whole movie would be better on an uncut DVD.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I kind of didn't care for the subplot of the Chinese and the two shadowy businessmen.
Even though every time they were on screen, it was great.
Yeah, that's pretty great. But I was just kind of like, I mean, I would rather that the movie just have been
Political commentary.
Yeah, I would rather the movie just have been Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis were just like
Hating on each other?
We're just running for a race and like no other
reasoning.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of think I would have liked that better.
I can understand it. It's not like it became such a huge part of the movie that it affected anything. It was just there.
Yeah, but I mean,
can I say one thing though?
You may.
The best part of the movie, the scene stealer, Dylan McDermott's campaign manager.
I haven't seen Dylan McDermott in years. I'm
Well,
surprised he was still alive.
Is he ER?
No.
What do I know him from?
The Pretender.
No, that's not
Most
it.
likely, yeah.
Yeah. The Practice.
That's what it is.
I guess.
Yeah,
I guess I never really watched anything with him in it. I don't know. I just know his face.
I thought
his character was great. Tim Watley.
Yeah.
Just a drunken, shadowy Batman-esque.
Yeah.
It's like just putting thoughts in your head and leaving.
Just like in the shower.
Appearing at the most inopportune times.
Yeah.
Like Will Ferrell in the shower. That was just a great one.
Can I point out my favorite moments are the moments where Will Ferrell punches something on accident?
Even though the first one is shown to death on trailers.
Yes. The second one.
The epilogue of those are great in the second one.
The second one, which I had no idea they were going to go that far for.
Which is
well, they started showing that a little bit in trailers before it came out. Yeah.
I didn't see
that in
I was completely unaware of that.
TV then.
You did.
Okay, fair enough. All I know is that it was great. I mean, all right, so let me ask you guys then. Let me posit this question to you. Does this movie succeed on two fronts? One, as a comedy, did you enjoy it? Two, was it a successful political comedy? Because there was a reason it came out during an election year.
Yeah.
It's supposed to parody or lampoon the process. Do you think it succeeded on either comedy or that? Oh my God, there's a scary black man behind us.
I know.
All right, well, what did you think, real quick?
You're blocking.
You saw the movie.
I thought it was pretty good, and to answer your question, I thought it was a really good on both fronts of comedy and a political message. Well, that is, if people are keeping up with politics.
I heard your ass laughing so hard behind you.
Yeah, I know. Like the Munch brothers, are totally the Koch brothers, but it's whatever.
Oh yeah, John Lithgow and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah,
they were awesome.
Trying to not block you, but you're there.
Yeah, bobbing and weaving. I think it worked as a comedy. I don't think it was sharp enough for like a political message.
They wanted to get the dumb people.
Yeah, it was kind of
like lowest common.
No offense. No offense.
I mean, yeah. It was kind of soft.
On the
there was really there was some parallels to the this was a liberal joke and this is a Republican joke, but there was really nothing like scathing.
No.
So
in that sense, I don't think it works.
I kind of felt that they swapped the roles of they said Will Ferrell was supposed to be the Democrat, but he was totally acting like a Republican. But and Zach Galifianakis was a Republican. I was like, what the fuck's going on with these roles?
And I think they did that on purpose, though.
Yeah.
I mean, but then they have the stuff that is so on the nose, like the Dick Cheney hunting joke.
Yes.
That was awesome.
But the way they did it was it definitely elicited a chuckle.
Yes. You shot a man and went up in the polls. No,
that I think was the greatest recurring. The greatest recurring joke I think in the movie was the fact that basically the people they made fun of most was the American public. Everything horrible that should completely torpedo a candidate somehow becomes a strength to them.
But no one's gonna get that. I have a feeling.
This was you're basically showing a porno.
Yeah.
It's like he's up in the polls.
He's up by 3 points.
Slight bump. Really?
Basically, just showed a sex tape.
Even the news anchor, when they were doing it, was like, but he's up in the polls.
I think that was my favorite when they took actual news anchors and pundits and had them basically cover this increasingly ridiculous stuff, and their reaction to the American public just kind of mirrors what you think is happening anyway.
Yeah.
Every time there's a poll pro-Obama or pro-Romney, they're like, really? This is what people are going on with? Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you hear the part where Chris said he admitted he hated Zach Galifianakis and everything he's in?
No.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
but he hasn't seen Out Cold.
I know that.
Yeah.
Fair
Watch
enough.
Out Cold. He's he's different.
He's no longer a main player. Like ever since Hangover.
Well,
I mean,
this is way too long to get into in this, but we'll talk about this after the video.
All right,
I'll explain.
But
he's the Dustin Rhodes of the movies.
gosh.
Okay, wait. First of all, there's another great part that kind of came out of nowhere and was in none of the trailers. The paid to be a racist black maid Asian woman.
She was awesome.
That was great.
I love her. I love that she was just an accent machine.
Oh, Lordy
Karen Maruyama is her name.
She was fantastic.
Yeah.
Now apparently, one of the kids that played Zach Galifianakis' kid, his name's Grant Goodman. Is he John Goodman's son? Because he looks like he could be.
Just because he's fat.
I'm just saying.
You have no proof of that.
Well, it could be like Will Smith's son, where he just puts his child into movies.
I don't think
that was John Goodman.
That has nothing to do with anything. Tangent averted.
Yes.
What did you think of the supporting cast overall? We know your thoughts on the main cast.
Very good. I think they brought in a lot of good players for this.
A lot of good visual gags. A lot of good running gags.
I think the supporting cast was maybe a little bit better than starring.
Yeah.
I think that's what. Just again, when you put Dan Aykroyd and John Lithgow together,
they're always going to overshadow.
Even like Brian Cox in the scene with the three of them, and then Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's not fair.
Or afterwards when they go, everyone's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Everyone tell the truth, and the two brothers are like, try and kill you in your sleep 3 times.
What?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
All right. Time's starting to wind down, so I guess let's do our Nola Nerd podcast staple: rate the movie 1 through 10, and would you buy it? Bienemy, why don't you go first?
Yes.
I would give it probably a 7 or 8. Would I buy it? Probably not. I saved that for really major, awesome movies, so I can't.
Well, I guess with comedies, it really comes down to rewatchability.
Yeah.
You know, like the good comedies you're going to rewatch with friends and everything every so often because they're always funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one thing this movie has going for it is it doesn't date a lot of its jokes. Like, it didn't rely on pop culture and stuff, so it's political in general.
Right.
So that you could watch this 4 years down the line in the next election and the jokes would still hold up, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit.
What about you, Scott?
If you're going for like just turn your brain off comedy, I think it would be like an 8.
Okay.
But
what about you?
8.
Okay.
Because I turn my brain off for every movie. So
would you buy it?
If it's $5, just because I want to see the unrated stuff and stuff that they cut out.
Because you know this would have a good unrated version.
They did that for Anchorman too. So
I'd like to see the blooper reel where it's just because you know with both Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis, there's a whole lot of like just on the fly, just off script,
which they always do. They always do that.
What about you, Crizzle? Crizzle Blazzle.
I give this about a 7. I would not. I probably wouldn't buy it unless it was super cheap.
I think that's where you're gonna see because that's what I was gonna say. I give this an 8, just because I was very pleased to see a lot of the funniest parts of the movie were not thrown into the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more of a Black Friday super discount deal buy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know that's how there's like 3 levels of purchase. There's day 1, wait for the sale, and no. And this is a wait for the sale movie for me.
Yeah, but I mean it's like a wait on the sale, like not. Like if it never goes on sale,
it's just not happening.
It never happens. I don't think I'd be overly crushed about it.
This is better than most recent Will Ferrell movies, though.
Yeah.
Yes, it is way better than.
Was that basketball movie they fucking did?
Yeah.
And the police movie.
And the
you mean police movie?
Other guys.
Other guys.
Oh, and the skating movie, the ice skating movie.
I like Blades of Glory a lot.
Oh, of course you do. So you like Blades of Glory more than Other Guys?
Yeah.
You're a fool.
You like Blades of Glory more than that movie.
All right. Run out of time.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
I'm Scott.
I'm Ron.
And this has been the review of the campaign. Thank you and good night.
Well, it's daylight.
Good day.
You can obviously see daylight.
Good day.
I believe I said good day.
Vote or die.
No.
No.